Sam, do you want to make a weed joke for the intro?
I don't know, man. How do you feel about this? Fucking, what are we?
I'm already sick of it.
I love you too, man.
Would you prefer that or the shroom joke? Which one you feeling, Deadlock?
Do I even want to know what it is?
I can taste the cosmos.
Leave Cosmog out of this. It's just a
You
baby.
ever, like, see cotton candy and think, man, that's disgusting.
But have you ever heard cotton candy and thought it was beautiful?
No, but have you smelled the number 7?
Every day, man.
Damn. That's too real.
This is stupid. I know I instigated this, but this is stupid.
I was gonna
Yes,
say,
yes,
you
it
asked
is.
for this.
You
Ask
literally
stupid
asked
questions,
for
get
this.
stupid answers.
I'm leaving it
This
all
is
in.
all you're doing.
I'm keeping it all in. But you know what? I'm still leaving it in. I'm gonna edit some stuff. I'll do what I can. It's gonna be funny. I'm leaving it
I
in.
mean,
know that Oddish and Gloom are the weed Pokemon.
Oh, you forgot Sprigatito.
Not true. Weed cat.
Weed cat.
Anyway, not the type you'd usually think to do for December, but grass types. I guess we're getting our Christmas tree ready. We gotta find a nice one.
Grass.
And, so,
Green is a
and
Christmas
for me,
color.
this is actually the perfect time, because for Yule, it's actually... I'll explain it later, but it actually makes perfect sense.
So yes, today's topic: grass type Pokemon. We've done dark types, and now we're on to grass types. I don't know how we leaped from that to here, but we're here. Thank you, Peter. This was his choice of topic today, so this was him.
And I will win.
Anyway,
Will you now?
over there we have Sam.
Hello.
Over here we have me, the host as always, Doc. Hello. Over there is Deadlock. That guy over there, Chris, aka Fexic.
Good to be here.
And then the fellow all the way over in the corner, who I don't know why he's here, but it's Peter.
I'm an owl.
He's perched. He's perched in the corner.
Hoot hoot, mother.
I already feel like I know what Peter's round 1 pick will be, but we're not starting with Peter. We're starting with Sam. It's Sam. You get to go first, start us off. Let's get going.
I get to go first.
You get to go first.
I can't believe you chose me of all people.
Yes, me,
No.
the wheel.
Well, I might as well choose something great, because most people have a singular pick for their starter. I have a full town inside me. That's the wrong image, I'm sorry. Hold on. It's related. It's related. There we go. We got the yo-yo girl Florigato herself.
Yes.
You know, I didn't realize my brother ordered dinner earlier. Especially food that came in the size of a cat. Makes me hungry.
I love my little leaf cat. Ever since I saw Weed Cat, I wanted it, and then as I saw oh my god, as this whole line was being revealed, I just wanted more and more of it. While I may have been minorly, very, very minorly disappointed with Meowscarada, I still love the line. I still love Meowscarada. I still love that people use it as the trans rep. But I think Florigato aligning with Bridget is a lot better in my personal onion.
I don't know what the onion has to do with anything, but Florigato is one of those. Me and Deadlock were talking about this the other day, but Florigato is one of the middle stage evolutions for starters that looks really good.
Yeah, and that's what I was just about to say, is unfortunately, if the middle stage evolution is that cool, the final stage is probably going to leave you a little wanting.
A little bit. But also, the onion joke was mispronunciation of opinion.
Oh, okay.
See, Deadlock got it.
I didn't get it. I thought it was a plant joke.
Well, why don't you say a joke that I won't get?
I don't have a joke. I only have my first pick.
Aw, who's your first pick?
I'm going with, you know what? The entire world. The world turtle. Sorry, Deadlock, I'm taking it. Torterra.
I get it! I get it now! This isn't a forest at all! This is the Torterra Garden!
Okay, I actually got
I'm getting
sniped.
sniped. Not
I
happy.
got sniped.
Come on. He is the best grass starter. Just design-wise, I still say stat-wise he's pretty good. Typing-wise, also really good. He's just weak to ice. I mean, like, who's not a
Every
little
other
afraid of the
type
cold?
is.
But,
When
like-
you're talking about Sinnoh, being weak to ice types is a big weakness.
Maybe in there, but you know what? In general, he's just that cool.
I mean, you
He's
say
just-
that, but literally by then you have something else for it. Let's be real.
Like in a region where the bigger and badder rock and ground types can learn avalanche, it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Doesn't
Yes,
matter.
but you're also a plant that just beats those ground types anyways.
Doesn't matter. Torterra is the boy. He's so cool.
Best part, Detective Pikachu too.
Yep.
True.
That was an awesome
Like,
reveal for Torterra.
If you have not seen that movie, Torterra doesn't like get a major role or anything, but they're talking about genetically altered Pokemon, and they just show these literal mountain-sized Torterras and like they make up the whole mountain range. It is
Yeah.
crazy.
And then they all start waking up at once, and it's like the entire biome shifts. It's amazing.
It's wonderful.
Sorry, Deluck, he's mine. I'm just gonna pass it straight along to you. I don't have too much to say about this guy. He's just the boy. He is just the boy.
He's the boy.
Well, if that's the case, I might as well just go with the sapling that started all Turtwig.
Small boy.
Yo, buddy!
Turtwig, the tiny leaf Pokemon. Its shell is made of earth, and when it absorbs water, it becomes harder.
He looks like a friend.
He is very friend-shaped.
He is a friend.
I mean, I don't know how the sapling goes from its head to its back, but you know what? Minor details we don't need to worry about.
It's more like it's more like the back grows over the head and takes the tree with it.
Evolution's a crazy thing, Deluck.
It really is. Also, I still love that gif.
Yeah, the little lag.
Ah!
Sometimes.
He'd do a scream.
Yeah, like there's been a lot of cute first stage starters that are just like this for like the grass type, and yeah, no, I'm sorry, Turtwig is still the cutest in my opinion. I just love this little turtle.
He's adorable.
That he is.
No, I'm sorry, Peter. I know you're gonna probably say it later on, but I'd still say it's cuter than Rowlet.
I will argue with you. However, he is cute.
Turtle boy.
He could be a cute little turtle man.
I agree.
Would protect.
Very
He
much
can do that
so.
himself. He learns protect. I don't
Also
know.
has
If
withdrawal.
he gets that very early.
Anyways, passing it on. How you retort?
Ah, boy. Well, I am gonna retort by, let's call it a half snipe. I'm gonna half snipe Peter. Because I'm gonna put forward Decidueye Hisuian form.
Okay.
Ooh.
Kind of figured you wanted the OG, and they're both cool, and this one has the benefit of also being half my favorite type, which is fighting. So still does the long range thing. It's looking a little less like a Robin Hood, a little more like a wandering samurai, which I personally think is cool. And it was, in my opinion, just a really nice way to make an alteration to a final form starter that I already thought was badass.
Yeah, it's like a perfect replacement. Like I had it as my replacement pick. Obviously, it's really great. I love the color scheme and the whole, like, as I said,
Oh
like,
yeah.
traditional design aspects. It's just
The
a really
autumnal
great
colours.
Like
variant.
I always like the autumn aesthetic on things, and the fact that Hisuian Decidueye has the autumn leaf coloration is just amazing.
It is a great one.
You could say he
if
was
I
a fallen
didn't-
samurai.
If I didn't love the Alolan one so much, it would be my favorite. I've had it as a little like mascot for a while.
Yes, and I like both. I intentionally left that one sacred for you.
I appreciate it.
How can you go wrong with autumnal colors?
I don't think you can.
Exactly.
It's, weird about this one. Like, I like it, but I'm not crazy about it. Like, I like the colors. It's just, I don't know, something with the headpiece that it's got going on just doesn't work for me.
It's a hat.
I know
Well,
it's
it's a very specific type of hat that,
No,
again,
I get
it's
that,
up
but
to
I
personal
just-
preference.
I get it. It just feels like it doesn't totally work for me, that's all. It's not bad by any means, though.
Well, agree to disagree.
Yeah, I think it's meant to look like a Japanese Sandogasa hat.
Oh, probably. That being said, look at so far, we're all starters in this first round. Look at that.
Ooh,
And it looks like
all-
we're continuing it, if I'm a betting man.
All right, I'll take it from here. Let's go with my owl, my Alolan owl. So, obviously, it's been my mascot since Alola. I adore this Pokemon. I really like owls. They're a great type of animal. You've got this, like, great ghosty archer vibe to him. His whole animation with his Z-move and everything, and even just the basic signature attack. It all just looks great. I adore the, like, implications of the ghost type coming from it being an extinct type of owl. You've got the, obviously, Hawaiian ties of owls to death in their culture. There's just so much that works perfectly in this starter that just screams like so much thought was put into it. I
Question.
really love it. And the shiny, yes.
What is its name? You never said it.
Decidueye.
There you go.
Well, I kind of figured it wasn't needing to be said considering we've just been talking about it.
Fair, but it helps me with editing.
Well,
That.
Decidueye.
A little late now, but whatever. I
I'll
like
set it in a mirror for you.
I like Decidueye. Of the three, he was my second favorite of the Alolan starters. I'm a Primarina main. But
Hell yeah.
I do like... if it wasn't already obvious, I do prefer this version of Decidueye to the Hisuian. Neither one is bad. I just like the colors and the design more on this one. I feel like it's stronger.
Also, can we shout out the fact that he made it into Poke-Tekken? What's it called?
Pokken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literally take the two words and combine them.
Yeah, I had a brain moment there.
The brain didn't work.
He also
Yeah,
made it
we-
into a Pokemon Unite for whatever's that word, and there he is one of the longest-reaching attackers in the game.
Makes
But
sense.
yeah, it's like
Completely forgot that, but yeah.
as soon as, because I don't think any of us were overly safe from the leaks when Gen 7 came out, but as soon as I saw that the final form of this was an archer, like I love archery. I think it's super fun. It's one of my favorite things to do when I have time. It's like, yeah, I went ahead and got the fire and water starters in this game just to say that I had them, but it's grass or bust in Alola.
Also, another thing, I adore all the fan art where he's shutting up his hoodie like he's scared. It's like a little intimidation tactic.
Oh
just
yeah,
getting
I've seen one of
curled
those
up.
gifts
It's
you posted
adorable.
also, where
So-
it's actually just like, nope, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Most people won't know this, but me, Dilluck, and Peter all met in Peter's server. Or somewhere along. Basically, we're all in Peter's server, and it's the Birb server, and we have a bunch of just memes and emotes with Decidueye.
He's my boy. I love him.
It is his boy.
Kind of hard to go wrong with owls too. Like you said, they're extremely cool.
Also,
It'd be really cool.
I do gotta say, I'm with Doc. It is my second favorite of the starters. However, I do love all the Owl Over Queen jokes.
Oh yeah.
Or Robin Hoot.
Robin Hood.
Do we hootin'?
Robin Hoot.
Alright, Peter, it is your turn once again.
I choose the derp himself.
Oh,
The
God.
Alolan Executor.
Executor, use Dragon Hammer!
Dodge it using quick attack.
Oh, okay. You
So-
said derp and I thought I got sniped.
Alolan Executor is memes.
This guy,
Pure memes.
firstly, more of a dragon than Charizard without any stone. Funny as anything. I adore this thing. It is so goofy. You got the Alolan Executor Island in Alola, and there's a meme. There's a very certain meme that made me adore this thing. It's Alola Executor being like blasted off into space and stuff while the Queen song "Don't Stop Me Now" is playing. If you know the video, it is gold.
He's Mr. Fahrenheit. What else can you do?
And then you got the
Travel
meme
the
with him
speed of
with the
light.
Dragon Club, and Charizard isn't allowed in anymore.
You know, for the longest time, because we just had a regular Executor, and he was supposed to be a palm tree. I mean, and most kids probably don't know that there are shorter palm trees, because if you look at cartoons, like if they show palm trees, they're with the taller ones. So, it was always weird seeing this short palm tree Pokemon. It's like, why isn't he longer? Why isn't he taller? And then we finally get him in the Hawaiian-based region, and it's like, yes, finally, my childhood need has been met.
Have you ever seen the meme where it's like the origin of Alolan Executor, and it's like a normal Executor that just got its top half stuck in a roller,
Yeah,
and the more they tried
yeah.
to pull it out, the more it expanded?
Yeah. Also, really interesting thing with Alolan Executor, there's a very old, I think it was Gen 1 or 2 TCG box where they showed an Executor with a long neck. And that's very heavily implied to be where we got this one from.
I'll see if I can find an image of that.
Yeah,
I do
don't
remember
remember
that.
the exact set, it was like jungle something, I think. But
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it like pre-existed before we had Alolan forms, so it's technically been foreshadowed for years.
Speaking of, we need more jungles in Pokemon. We don't really have that many.
Yeah.
Also,
but,
I honestly forget. Is the fourth coconut thing on the tip of its tail, does that have a consciousness as well, or does it
I
just
think
look
so,
like a
because
face?
it's got like eyes in the mouth, I think. Like,
Yeah, I remember something about it, but I don't remember the details. It's been so long.
Like it,
Also,
it
can we
looks
talk
like
about
it
the
should
face
be,
on the
even-
middle one?
Yeah, it looks like it should be, even if it's not quite invited to the same club as the other three.
Peter, I think I found it for you.
Okay. Excellent. Yep, that's the one, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing this.
But yeah, it's been foreshadowed for a
Thank you,
long
Dylan.
time.
You saved me some work when I have to do some editing. Now I don't have to go searching for it.
Excellent. Alright, well, that's me passing along from Alola.
Alright.
Alola.
Alola.
Then, I'm gonna bring it back, all the way back, to Kanto, and I'm gonna go with the OG, Bulbasaur.
It's time.
Oh, I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to say Executor. I'm like, you two just got to copy each other's list. Like, what's going on here?
I know, right?
That would've been a good gimmick.
Alolan
I'm
Galarian.
sorry, you set it up so
Executor
well.
was on my list. Yeah, Executor was on my list. Both versions, actually. But no, this is the veteran, the OG, National Dex #1 and the grass type that started it all. And while I
Both
admit I
versions on-
was a Charmander kid growing up, like, in terms of game viability and in general just appearance, Bulbasaur is still arguably the coolest. And if I wasn't a trainer, if I was just a Joe Schmo, this is the one that I would want to have around the house.
This is the first snipe I've had. You got me. But I mean, to be fair,
But with
how could you not pick Bulbasaur?
Yeah, and with, I mean, I actually got to learn the fun way in our Fire Red Leaf Green Nuzlocke. Bulbasaur puts in the fucking work in
Yes, it
Kanto.
does.
Yeah, like, Brock's rock types are quad weak to it. Misty's water types are weak to it with little way of hitting back. It resists Surge's electric types. Its poison type helps it resist and fight back against Erica. It gets to take a well-earned breather when you're dealing with Sabrina, Koga, and Blaine, but then it's right back to kicking ass against Giovanni. Like, it doesn't have too many favorable matchups in the league, but at that point, dude's earned his seat at the table.
You say that, but the ice type also has a bunch of water types, and as well as
I'm aware. You
and
just
the
have
fighting
to-
type guy, you resist all the fighting moves as well as beat every Onyx.
And yeah, I was gonna say, and he has a couple ground rock types, so
I do have to say, from one of your comments though, you get on me about dupes, yet you have both Executors on your list. I see how it is.
it's true.
Well, I expected one of them to get sniped. I wasn't going to play both.
Sure.
Plans
And to be
within
fair, as
plans.
of this moment, I haven't played a single one.
Also true.
I see how it is.
Also true.
Your
I'll be watching closely.
Sam
your
is very
gripe is
bitter
pre-
about the last list.
your gripe is premature,
Lists.
madam.
lists.
Look, he has many plants. What do you want?
Look, I'm just planting the seeds of the idea.
God damn it.
On topic, can we talk about the fact that Bulbasaur is adorable?
He is. I was about to say
so.
that. He's a very cute little froggy boy.
Needs a lot of hugs.
Very much so. Like I would chill on the couch and like probably have like a Bulbasaur just chilling next to me, just petting it while I watch a movie.
He canonically gives good hugs.
Also, you have to figure grass types in general probably smell pretty good.
Well, it depends on which
Well,
one, but I would imagine Bulbasaur
Depends on
would.
them. I mean, remember, we have a grass type that's based on a corpse flower.
In the same gen.
Are you picking it?
Well, that one doesn't make my list.
I'm just saying, you just saying.
I want my house smelling nice, and to that end, Bulbasaur.
That being said, Deluck, what are you just saying for your second pick?
You know what he's saying? We're going back in time for, like, just going back to the beginning. I say we're going back even further than that. Maybe thousands, maybe millions of years, with Cradilly.
Nice.
That was your last photo.
I have been watching a lot of dinosaur stuff. I'm very okay with this.
Yeah, buddy.
Also, you sniped
Even
me.
among all the other fossil Pokemon, like, Cradilly is still one of my favorites. It's kind of strange how both types are 5 different weaknesses, and yet they complement each other so well to negate most of them. Like, seriously, think about it. It should have 10 weaknesses, but it has 4.
And with the stat distribution, it is so well done for it. Plus, getting water absorb is really nice.
Yeah, this thing is a tank.
If you have not used a Cradilly, I suggest it. It's definitely better when you can like use it against other players, but
It saved my ass in Emerald.
it didn't in mine.
I gotta use one.
I
know it's
highly
good, I
recommend
just
it.
have to.
Like, we've been getting so many fossil Pokemon over the years, even the ones that aren't explicitly rocket type. Thanks, Jenny, for that.
Yeah, thank you.
But no, like, it's still one of my favorites. Like, even when I got back into Alola for the second run around, you bet your ass I picked Cradilly for this run again. He's just always reliable and just durable enough to actually just outstand your opponents. Even if
Even
you just
more
need a
so these
little
days
bit
if
more
you can get it
time.
with Storm Drain.
Storm
Oh,
Drain,
yes,
Stockpile.
Storm
Giga
Drain
Drain.
is so good.
It's just a very annoyingly bulky Pokemon if you can get the setup right.
Very
You can go
much so.
Burr.
You do go Burr.
And it also made a nice slot on Champion Steven's team as well, just for a little bit extra.
Oh yeah, I
It
forgot
did
it
do
was on
that.
one of his teams.
Yep. Dude liked him some steel
Just
and
watch
some
out for
rock.
his tentacles.
I mean, his name is Steven Stone. He kind of didn't have a choice in the matter.
And in one case, steel it was also a rock.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
Well, like
just
you
love this thing's also design as well, because you see those giant yellow spots on its face. Like, nope, those aren't its eyes. It's the little yellow dots with the black void of its maw.
You stole my pick, that Deluck.
Hey, you stole mine. I don't want to hear it.
Fair enough. You know what? Fair is fair. I can't be too upset with that logic. But you know what? I'm gonna go now. I'm taking over. It's my turn now. And I'm gonna go with one of the newest grass types. One of the most adorable things that I have seen in a while. I'm gonna go with Ogerpon. So, I'm gonna get a little. If I could fucking type the name in right. There you
I
go.
just had a sigh of relief. I thought you were going to snipe one of mine then.
Oh, don't worry, I have another opportunity for that. But Ogerpon, if you have not played the DLC, you wouldn't really have seen this dude. But this dude is so cute. So, backstory: he was blamed for like being a villain, basically, in Kitakami. They thought it was like stealing and destroying things, but it turns out it wasn't, and was being blamed, and had its mask stolen. So the whole DLC journey is you getting them back from the thieving 3 Pokemon, Monkey Dory, Vedsedipity, and Okidoki. And you just kind of feel for Ogerpon. Like, he's just like a cute little fella. He's just always smiling. He's just like, hey, you want a hug? I'll give you a hug. Like, he's just so cute. And then, like, it's in competitive, it's pretty good. I just love his move, Ivy Cudgel. It changes type based on what mask you're wearing. And I think it ignores Protect. I forget specifically what it does. But I just like it. Just the fact this cute little thing brings out this club and it beats you with it. And I find the juxtaposition very funny.
It's just increased critical hit ratio, by the way.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. I knew it was one of the two. I just didn't remember which one.
And it's 100 power also, so even without it, it's still hitting hard.
Yeah, it is a very strong physical grass, fire, water, or rock move. So it has some diversity in that fact.
That is pretty cool. I can see why people like this thing. I still don't.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I never finished the DLC, nor do I really care.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You've still yet to see your favorite mask on this thing, though.
Oh, my favorite mask? I don't really have a favorite. I guess it'd either be the grass or the water one, just because I like how they look.
Yeah, those are safe.
Makes sense.
I think it should wear Majora's Mask.
Yes, agreed.
Why would you do that to the child?
What do you mean?
It's older than you.
What do you mean? The Majora's Mask was on Skull Kid, who was also a child.
Yeah, I know. That was never fun for him. Why would you want it on another?
It was fun for him at
No,
first.
Ogerpon is not a child.
Skull Kid's the original grass dark type with a mask.
Also true, Ogerpon is
God.
like thousands of years old. So, or hundreds, I'm not sure, but I forget what they said.
Potato tuna.
I mean, that's legendary Pokemon for you. Are you ever really sure?
Not really. And apparently, based on the leaks,
This one specifically, yes.
based on the leaks recently, there's multiple of these Pokemon in the same world, including like Giratina and stuff. So, anyway,
Yes.
Sam.
A lot of them have. Okay, yeah, I can go on. I can move on from this topic because we need something more pretty, more valuable around these parts, more showy, something. Well, I can't do Meowscarada, but I can do something related to a masquerade. Roserade.
まさに綺麗な花にはトゲがあるの言葉通りなんじゃよな。しびれる。
Yep, there it is.
I'd almost say you snipe me, but I actually don't like this one as much as Brasilia.
How dare you dislike this beautiful elder lady who is just ready to go to a masquerade ball. Like, I love that theming. I love the idea of masquerades. That's why I love Persona so much. And just look at her. She's thriving. She's beautiful, elegant. And she has flowers for both of you.
She's
Well, a
serving.
bouquet, more like it.
She's serving.
I personally really like the shiny version because one of the bouquets is purple.
And the other black.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it wrong as a kid? I thought they were meant to be pom-poms.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing I don't like about it. The hands are just like solid, so they don't look like individual. I don't know. I just don't like how the hands look.
Yet you were saying you like Rosalia.
Yeah, but they're more
I mean, I think-
detailed.
I mean, personally, I think
It's
the
a
whole
more-
pom-pom
it's a-
thing makes it even better because this thing could lead a drill team with Plusle, Minun, and the yellow version of Oricorio.
Exactly.
Also, I know you
See-
keep calling this one a girl. Every time I see a male one, I just can't help but think of Tuxedo Mask or something.
Hell yeah.
Tuxedo mask.
Look, I have a preference for what this thing is, but if I see a male Roserade, fuck yeah. Let's go.
But yeah, this is definitely one of the best Pokemon in the games that it debuts in, and assuming my Lancaster doesn't die in the Platinum Nuzlocke, I'd like to have one.
Assuming you don't just get murdered by Cynthia's.
Also that.
That too. Actually, fun fact, Roserade was one of the two Pokemon that helped me make it through the Cynthia battle in my Brilliant Diamond playthrough.
It's a nice counter to Milotic.
Yeah, it was Roserade and Noctowl that were my remaining two Mons.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
Jesus.
Hey, they worked. They put in the work.
Don't sleep on owls. Owl's strong.
Owl strong.
Owls.
Together, owl strong.
Owls strong together.
Sadly, this is not an owl tier list.
No,
Ah, unfortunate.
but it's time for round 3.
Maybe the flying type is next time.
Oh, it is ready. It is time for round 3. Well, I can't let up on this topic. I gotta keep the beauty standards high and valuable and precious, cause
Don't you fucking dare.
and I'm not gonna do anything terrible because I'm going with the fabulous, the beautiful, the outstanding Sawsbuck Winter form.
Okay, that's not what I was taking.
Dang it.
That is not what I was thinking. But okay.
Grandpa, I found them. I found them.
Not the
That was
form
one
I
of my
would have chosen, but you still sniped me.
Oh no, that is the
Not
best
the
form.
for-
Screw you.
Personally, it is the best form. It is the most elegant, the most beautiful, the most pretty, the most handsome even. Just, I love this deer. I wish it was better, stat-wise. But other than that, fucking love this
It's
thing.
still very fun to use.
It very much is.
Like
Especially
especially
when
with
you remember it's one of the
especially
few-
with Horn Leech. Like it's one of the few things that gets Horn Leech.
It's not even about just Horn Leech. It's also one of the few Pokemon that gets Serene Grace, if you know how obnoxious that can be.
Yes!
And it gets Sapsiper.
Mhm.
Sapsiper, Serene Grace. You can run it Zen Headbutt or regular Headbutt for the flinch.
It
Also,
gets-
you
it-
get Body Slam for the 60% paralysis.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, and
It's-
while I will give you Winter is definitely the sleekest and most able looking, I will always have my Autumn bias.
I don't actually like
Yeah,
the
no.
autumn design for the first Sawsbuck.
The autumn design is pretty good.
Oh wait, I might be thinking of the
Spring
spring.
I will also accept.
Hold
Can
on.
we all just
Summer
yeah,
is-
Can we all just agree that summer is the weakest?
Summer is the weakest, but it still looks good.
I gotta
Agreed.
look at the Sawsbuck forums real quick. I gotta remember.
I'm
I
just
think I'm-
mad that its whole form changing with the season gimmick has just been lost ever since it came out of Gen 5, and it's just been stuck with spring every single time you see it.
No,
Yeah.
it's in
Yeah,
Gen
like you
9.
have to-
Oh, is it?
But also,
Yeah,
in
you
Gen
can
9?
get
Yeah.
the individual forms based on where you catch it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
it's
that
a
is
it's a regional thing. Different parts of Paldea have different deerlings and sawsbucks now.
I actually did not realize that.
I do have to say a little side note. Deerling spring form is adorable.
It is.
Oh,
Deerling's
absolutely.
cute.
It like deerling in general is just straight up Disney creature.
That is Bambi.
It's the baby. It's the baby.
Road shotgun
Not even
reload
just Bambi,
strike.
it's baby.
It is baby.
Oh, a
baby.
baby.
Well, Sam, you don't have to specify winter for this, but sure, go off, Queen.
I did.
But I thought
I mean,
you
if you're
were
gonna have
snipe
multiple
me.
forms, you might as well.
I thought you were gonna snipe me for a second. I was worried.
Well,
'Cause
she took one of my bench sitters.
Well, if I type
Well,
thing,
who was your pick that I almost sniped, Doc?
the pick that you almost sniped is also a beauty, but more conventional and also willing to throw down. In fact, they're a bit of a guardian, one might say. I'm going Hisui and Lilligant.
Very nice.
Yeah, I love. Honestly, they did not miss with almost any of the Hisui forms.
They
But
really
is it
did.
Not gonna lie,
Maybe Bravery,
like-
but that's for another list.
when you said Guardian, I did not think Lilligant.
Well, it is one.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
That's fair, but it is
I
one
thought
of the Guardians.
I thought you were legit about to tell me that you thought Tapu Bulu was beautiful.
Same! I was like, what?
Hey, don't knock
Okay.
it.
I mean, hey, he's beautiful in his own way. But
He is. But you said conventionally beautiful. I'm like,
Lilligant is more the conventional. I mean, it's still a monster. It doesn't have a mouth or a nose. But I love the kind of dancer aesthetic it's got. Sam and I both kind of know like dancer classes in games are underappreciated.
very much so.
So
And sometimes underpowered.
and not so much here with its signature move. I forget what it's called, Victory Dance, I think, where it gets like 3 stat boosts. It's basically Quiver Dance, but for like the off
Physical.
yeah. So you get speed,
It's plus attack,
and
speed,
defense.
and defense. It's just, yeah.
And it's much better than the regular Lilligant. Unfortunately, regular Lilligant just doesn't quite make the cut. But Hisui really
Even though
does.
she's
And
pretty, right?
plus, I like the kind of like spring onion aesthetic it's got going. Like if you look at its legs, it's got that like kind of coloring that the spring onions get, like the longer ones. So I just like that it still keeps the plant vibes. It's much better. It also gets the fighting type attached to it. So it's just
Which I
much
always
improved
love.
upon the original.
I'm not gonna lie, Unova Lilligant was one of my bench hitters. I do love it. I do like it. It just didn't make it on my list.
I was waiting for the end of that sentence. I was like, "Where's this gonna go?"
Well, it's just pretty.
It is pretty. But yeah, Hisui Lilligant, my girl.
Both beautiful.
Yeah. Philip,
much
do you have a beautiful one?
I think I do actually for once. Like, I'm not going with like that kind of beauty. I'm going with something far more regal in this instance. I'm going with superior.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes, my favorite starter from Gen 5.
Oh, mine too. I pick this thing every single time I can, and I mean, just look at this thing. This is the definition of fabulous. This is someone who knows their power, knows they are superior, and is not afraid to flaunt it.
It's top 3 for me.
And then also, there's always its battle prowess. Not only does it have like its unusual bulk and speed for something like this design, you can honestly go either with its standard ability and just go on the physical route with Quail. Yeah, this thing actually gets Quail. And also, well, it's going to intimidate you with Glare as well, because why not? But then there's always its more popular and spammable version of Contrary with Leaf Storm.
Yes, sir.
It's pretty
Yeah, that-
nasty.
Yeah, again, like, its intimidating glare is also just gonna stop any plans you had in the first place to just stop slowing it down. No, it's gonna keep going, and it's not gonna get you a chance to stop it. But yeah, I just like the Regal Snake.
I love snakes. So Superior
As do
like
I.
was an instant like for me. Like if you see most of the Pokemon I pick for starters are usually the reptiles. So Superior also just immediately, while being a Snivy, was instantly like, yes, I like my snakes. Give me it.
Yeah,
Snakes
I
are-
also just love how its attitude evolves as it grows up. It's like this murky little, cocky little thing. Then it gets a little bit more posture, and then all of a sudden it is just fabulous and regal. Like, it kept its attitude and just evolved it.
Snakes have always been my favorite animal, and it's... Frankly, I'm happy to have this guy representing Slytherin.
I never liked Snivy. I'm okay with the middle one, but Superior's the peak of the line. It's one of the few times where the start lines get better as they go along for me.
Yeah, weirdly it loses its hands for some reason, but you know what? It still makes it work.
No, it doesn't actually.
Actually, it still has its tiny arms.
I know, but like, can you really see them the same way?
No.
I mean,
Exactly.
there are certain lizards that look like snakes that do have tiny arms. So it's actually
Snakes
based off a real
also
thing.
snakes also have tiny vestigial leg bones on their skeletons.
Yeah. So it's not totally
Checks
unforgivable.
And while Superior is my third favorite of the Gen 5 starters, it's still really good. I still love it in general. It's just I never got to use it in a playthrough.
I
All the
I
other
honestly
two-
recommend it, even though like there's definitely a few gyms it will have a little trouble with. It actually still does pretty well. I found it significantly more useful than Samurott in battle prowess.
Hey, if Embar can go from my least favorite to my second favorite just from a playthrough, I can only imagine what
Superior can actually get a lot of decent work done.
And the one thing about Superior and the whole line that we'll talk about is it is based off like an ivy vine, and it keeps that aesthetic pretty well. It actually combines with the snake very well.
Yes, it does.
I mean, you see it as a trope in a lot of shows and movies where people mistake a snake as a vine. And this is a snake vine.
It just makes sense.
It does.
It makes so much sense.
It makes so many sense, it makes dollars even.
Shut up.
Here's the question: are we
No.
continuing the trend of beauty and everything in this little third spot?
Well, we've had conventional beauty, we've had regal kind of beauty. I'm gonna throw it back to a kind of simple, almost cute beauty, but I am gonna keep the pure leaf type train going because I'm putting Leafeon on the board.
What do you mean pure leaf type?
Pure leaf type.
Sawsbuck is normal type. Sawsbuck is a normal type.
And Hisui Lilligan is grass fighting, so.
I meant more
Hey, one
piggybacking
train
off
into
of Sur-
two is
I meant more
still one
piggybacking
train.
off of Superior.
Fair.
Still, though, it is Leafeon. It is. Any evolution is pretty much a win in my eyes, even Flareon.
Right, like
Yeah.
Eevee is popular. I feel like almost everybody has at least one evolution that they like. And yeah, they're like the memes are everywhere. Every single evolution is adorable in its own way. And Leafeon has the, at least among evolutions, the unique benefit, at least to me, of being one of, I believe, only two that is good at physical attack, which is my personal favorite stat in these games. The other being Flareon, who doesn't really get to capitalize on that very much, but Leafeon at least gets, at the very least, one move, in this case Leaf Blade, that it can use to capitalize on its dominant stat. So it's decent in a fight. I'm pretty sure its physical defense actually is nothing to sneeze at either.
I'm pretty
so
sure its physical defense is its best stat.
It is.
I think
Oh,
so, yeah.
then it was its physical defense is its best, and then its attack pulls a very close second. So it's a respectable physical wall that can deal almost as good as it takes. And this one's Pokédex entry actually goes out of the way to point out how fragrant it is. So I have to imagine that would be nice.
Yeah, I do have one negative comment about this mon.
The fact that it's
It
shiny.
has the
is
wrong
as much
shiny.
Of a,
It has the wrong shiny.
Yeah.
Should have been autumn.
I'm glad.
It's not autumnal.
I'm glad we all agree on that because I was gonna say it too.
Like that is the one. I will very much agree with you there. I'm very, very disappointed at Leafeon shiny.
Yeah, yeah, because it's another one of those trends of the shiny is literally the exact same thing.
This goes into
Yep.
the thing I've been
Espeon
saying
has a
for
better
months
shiny.
now of let us customize our Pokemon's color palettes.
Espeon has a better shiny.
Yeah, because it's at least different.
It
It's
is.
also
I
good.
actually do like the green
Yeah,
though.
I know. That's what I keep saying. People are like, no, and I'm like, yeah. Anyway.
Shiny
And I mean,
aside,
if you're going to have this ultra rare, hard to get alternate color palette, at least have it be memorable. I don't care if it's bad. It could be at least be Volcanion.
But I was gonna say Espeon and Jolteon shinies are grass types.
Not Jolteon. Jolteon is sick.
Jolteon got on a wrong boat. In fact, it got on a boat. He doesn't do well in the ocean.
speaking of Leafeon, I just want to bring out how it really perfectly personifies a sort of forest familiar. It looks like something that would come be your friend in
Oh,
a
yeah,
magical
You know what? Yeah, it gives a bit of a dryad feel.
Mhm.
It really does.
It looks like what I imagine cats in the Feywild look like.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
this is
God.
honestly a lot more of a creative Pokemon than you might think.
In the Feywild, coconuts don't fall at random. It's always a Leafeon that drops them on.
Oof.
Where did they... Wait, there's no palm trees or anything near here. What the hell?
Exactly! It came from the berry bush.
No, guys, a sparrow carried the coconut.
You mean a Spearow?
A sparrow carried the Leafeon, carried the coconut.
Leafeon, not bad, not bad. I never really used a Leafeon. Whenever I use it, it ends up disappointing. But maybe I'm just using it in the wrong spots. I don't know. I like Leafeon regardless, though.
Yeah, I never used it in the game, and unfortunately, I won't be doing it in this platinum run either because of how late it learns Leaf Blade.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
I do,
unfortunately.
yeah, but I do have one in Pokemon Home that I take out and let stretch its muscles every so often, and it kicks ass consistently.
I mean, they used one
I'd
in
love
one
to
of our
see-
MMO runs for Unova, and it actually did a lot of work there.
As it does.
I also do have to say, my favorite is actually its counterpart, Glaceon. However, seeing how much work Glaceon can do, I want to see what I can do with Leafeon.
Depends on the version, because as we mentioned with our Sinnoh run, it doesn't learn it until much, much later than you would like.
I just mean in like a friendly competitive setting.
Well, I mean,
because that's where.
Yeah, but okay, fair enough.
That's where my Glaceon was wrecking house with snow as the weather.
Mm-hmm. We can figure that out another time. It's Peter's turn.
Yeah.
Hello. So, speaking of cute friends, I have a very tiny friend to bring to you all today. Please be polite with him. He's very shy.
Is he round?
He do be a little bit round.
He do be a little.
He's
bit
a little
round.
bit of an applin.
Yes.
I love Applin. He is so
Yep.
cute, a little worm guy stuck up in the apple with the little like bunny ear eyeballs popping out. I adore this little guy rolling around. He's got the cutest little animations. This is my gushing of adorableness. I just really like him.
And you know,
They're one of my bench sitters.
I was say, Game Freak likes him because he got 2 evolutions and then got another evolution, which that evolution got another evolution.
Yep.
Like,
Don't
I
forget
love the
G-Maxes
concept
technically.
behind this. Like, I love how, like, you take, like, the worm in the apple, something that is almost consistently thought of as disgusting and something you never want to see, and they turned it into and they turned it into probably one of the best Pokemon in Generation 8.
And they slightly retextualized it because instead of the regular worm in an apple, it is a worm, the WYRM worm. That's why it's dragon.
And I frigging love that. I absolutely adore that.
It's so simple but
Such
so
a
clever.
good mon.
I mean, they've been doing it, taking all these disgusting little things and making them cute for a long time. They've been doing it for decades with the bug Pokemon, for example.
Yeah, plus you get to see the real Applin in Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, so that's cool.
It's true, he gets naked.
Also, I want to give it bonus points. It's shiny as a Granny Smith apple.
Oh yeah, the shiny's great too. I didn't even think about that.
It is a really good shiny. Like it's so simple. It just changes the apple's color, but that's all it needed.
It works. It's
Like,
perfect.
Sometimes you just need simple. Sometimes you actually just need a noticeable difference of simple.
Perfect simplicity.
Take hints other just non-changing shiny Pokemon.
I forget where, but I remember hearing that in one of the Pokedex entries, Applin actually has 2 worms inside of it. I believe. Or something like that.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know anything about that either.
Also, again, it's the Pokedex. I don't entirely take it as accurate. Otherwise, the Pokemon
Yeah.
world would be destroyed by black holes and my cargo.
It might have to do with.
Good gods! I just looked at what it looks like without the apple.
He's a little friend.
Just a little worm.
Yeah.
Just a little worm.
But either way, it's a great design. I like him. Good little friend.
It's a good apple. It's a good apple.
Looks like he'd be very good Snuggles. You know who else would be good for Snuggles, though, guys?
No.
He's round. He's adorable.
Oh,
you know I love him.
This is where
It's Rowlet time.
Hey, Rowlet, I was waiting for this guy.
Oh wait, no, it's still not the one I thought you were going for.
I have to
right.
cheat and pick 2 of the same starter line here, but I love Rowlet.
Sam, get him.
Yeah, no, this was the one I was thinking of.
Oh, look, it's the dupes.
Yeah, shoot me, but it's adorable. Round, little friend. He's adorable, cute baby owl. The little leaf
Kick the
bow
baby.
tie. How can you not love him? He is
Well,
adorable.
Well, now that you've chosen dupes, Deadlock automatically has to put you in last place.
I do have to say, Rowlet is my favorite form of that line.
I won't
entirely.
apologize for duping here. I will not apologize.
I would be
Don't.
shocked if you did.
I love that round boy. I could not let
Just
him get
know that this will
sniped.
be in consideration when I give you my score.
It was worth it. It was worth it. I will take the loss if I have to. It was worth it.
He's committing. But you know what?
He's my friend.
Rowlet's
Round
good.
friends stick together.
Plus, if you watch the Alolan anime, he's so expressive in it.
Yep.
Oh my god, yeah.
Exceptionally
great.
expressive. Also, the few times he just hides in the backpack and sleeps.
The few times, that's like 90% of his appearance.
Yeah, like most of
Precious
the time
baby.
he's sleeping. He,
Yeah.
I love Rowlet.
he beat a Decidueye by falling asleep.
Precious.
He's a Borb.
We love the Borb.
We do love Borb.
Borb.
He's so
I mean, he
round.
technically has the type advantage on himself.
The big Borb.
Borb.
I want to cry just thinking about Borb. Can we move on before I cry?
Yeah. He gets
We
the thumb
didn't
up of
choose.
approval.
We didn't choose the Rowlet life. The Rowlet life chose us.
Love that bird.
Exactly.
Our strong together.
If it wasn't for Popplio, I would have chosen Rowlet first.
Rowlet, my
all right.
beloved.
Then,
I mean, even though I chose Popplio, I would have chosen Lyn first.
then moving swiftly on, Superior was definitely a good choice for a grass type from Gen 5. However, there is another grass type from Gen 5 that holds a special place in my heart, that being Ferrothorn.
Sawsbuck.
Yep.
Ferrothorn, the thorn pod Pokemon, a grass and steel type. Ferrothorn has thorns stronger than steel.
There it is. It was gonna make its point somewhere.
Point, huh?
Ha ha ha.
And that time is now. I appreciate the. I mean, obviously, I'm almost as big a fan of steel types as I am of fighting types, so this always appeals to me, despite the 4 times weakness to fire. But
And
if
stop
not for that,
Scizor.
yeah, but steel does cover up a couple other things that grass is weak to. The design is cool. The Iron Barb's ability makes it just a nightmare for physical attackers, especially if you have a Rocky helmet on it. And the fact that it just clings to the ceiling and just kind of dangles around waiting to drop down and fuck somebody's day up is kind of amusing to me.
Terrified of fire types, though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like anything, even a physical fire attack will put this thing on a shirt.
I
Although,
don't
fun
think there's a
fact-
single Pokemon, except maybe Executor, that isn't afraid of fire.
True. Although I do have to say, it is very magnetic.
Very much
And
so.
it does represent that with the ferromagnetism, as the spikes are shown in like iron file liquids, that they come out spiky, just like Ferrothorn.
Yep. Yep. Hence the name.
The
Yes,
original
it's very
Iron
good.
Thorns.
I'm not crazy about this one, but I do have one memory of with you specifically, Chris. Of it, we tried doing. I thought I came up with this great doubles team, and we faced. I forget who it was. There's 2 people in the Bird server. I want to say it was like Jolly and someone else, and Ferrothorn was one of our leads for that. I forget what the other one was, but they were both weak to fire. And we lost. We got our asses handed to us. That was, I mean, it didn't work.
That we did, but you know what? It was still fun.
You didn't account for one of the most common types in
No,
competitive.
that's exactly what happened. Like I didn't even realize. I was like, oh wait, our intros are weak to fire. I thought I was on some shit, but I was clearly just on some shit.
Yep.
But yes, Ferrothorn. It's big, it's heavy, and it's spiky, and I love it.
I respect it on a battle prowess level. And it's kind of a neat design too.
I like Ferroseed.
Ferroseed's a good.
Like, do you like
its
Ferroseed?
I like its passive thing in Gen 5 where its parts just spin wildly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I kind of do, but at the same time, I want to go more on the steel path that my friend here just did. But not quite the same, because we're a bit submerged in here, and I need to weigh anchor and everything. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is Delmise.
Delmise!
That joke. Unlike the anchor, that joke didn't quite land.
No, it's not metal type.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. It does get stab on it with its signature ability, so it still works with that.
That joke may not have landed, but at least it was off the chain.
Get out of here.
I refuse.
Yeah, at this point, there's been a lot of ghost grass types, and I honestly like how this one is not even the anchor itself. It's just a bunch of seedweed that possess the anchor.
Yeah, this one's weird to me. Like, out of
It is one
you
of the
know,
more out there designs, but I have to respect it for that.
when
The type
people-
was very bait and switchy.
Yeah, I mean, when people say they don't like a Pokemon doesn't look like a Pokemon, this is what I think of first because like it just feels like an anchor. I don't even see a face or anything on this. It's just
Well, the thing is, the anchor and the helm aren't the Pokemon.
No, I get it.
It's the seaweed on them.
I get it.
It's
I
like,
get it, but that still furthers my point of what, like
the thing that it caused so many people to talk about
mean-
this thing when it was revealed.
I mean, we've had a whole bunch of ghost-type Pokemon that just possess a whole manner of slew of objects, from candles-type lanterns and chandeliers, just for one line alone.
To Voltorb.
And that actually raises, or kind of opens a door, Doc, I think, for a possible thing for that project we're working on. What if that same seaweed, what if it got access to more than just the anchor and the helm? What if it was
Like-
able to possess an entire ship?
we could
I would
experiment
love
with that later.
Yeah, honestly, I would love to see like an evolution or even just a regional variant of Delmise where it just is about other objects it took over.
I would have settled for a Gigantamax that was a ghost ship.
I would have
just-
loved to have seen that.
Ooh.
I just don't
Like the
quite-
eyes have also just like moved up all the way to the mast, and that's where they rest.
Yeah, I just don't
Galar would have been perfect to do that.
I just don't see this one as a Pokemon, really. It's just like, because the seaweed itself doesn't really have any characteristics. It's literally just seaweed. So I just
I can see that.
I just don't vibe with this one.
I mean, some are just. I mean, one Pokemon is literally just a candle. One is literally
Yeah,
just a
but it
snowflake.
has a face at least.
It's a-
like there's
It's Kando with
Um,
a face. That's what
yes.
Doc is saying.
Yeah, but I mean, wait, you don't see a face here?
no.
Is it just me?
No.
Is it just
No.
me?
Yes.
I can see it.
The face is on the helm. The helm is not the Pokemon.
I mean, you say that like it hasn't possessed the helm and can see through it now.
I mean, it's the seaweed. It can just see out of the seaweed.
Well, I guess the compass
You
does
say that
kind
like
of
the
look like
seaweed
an
has
eye.
eyes.
That's what I'm saying. Even that's a bit of a stretch.
I mean, it's definitely just one of the more weirder Pokemon out there. But I love like the craziness it goes off with, especially like when some people are just saying like, oh, it's just this Pokemon is just this thing, or it's just that thing, where it's just like they are incredibly simple and one-dimensional. Like, there's a lot more going on, interesting and more risky, and I think it pulls off for me at least with this one.
I just think it's neat.
Yeah,
I
I just
love
think
it.
it's neat.
Perhaps. But you know what?
Hard to
I
port.
think I'm going to pick something that I think is a little neater. And you know what? This is a third stage evolution of something we've already said here. And
Just one
Don't
more
worry,
thing, I
Peter.
just realized
There
with that-
is multiple worms in here. I'm going with Hydrapple.
Yep,
Nice.
I probably should have just taken that one first instead.
Hey, look. There's where the multiple worms came in.
They're
Yeah,
all
I-
in there. And the shiny I like because it became like a... I mean, to explain the evolution line real quick, it comes Diplet, which is a dipped candied apple. So already, that's kind of cute. I thought it was going to become a fairy type with that, but it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then it
Oh
evolves...
my god, Dipplin is on the horn.
I mean, Leonia
Oh my
Hydra,
God.
like, what do you want?
and then it evolves once more into a
Dipplin
Hydra.
is on the horn.
I like this take on a Hydra, the fact that they're all in this apple. It's basically like, I mean, there's a few ways you can look at this. One, you got more buddies. There are two, you can see it as kind of a cute take on like when food starts to rot and it gets a bunch of bugs in it.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because most bugs and insects like sugar. So the fact that it's a candied apple would, and you know, it's an apple which is already sweet to begin with, in the modern day at least, makes sense to attract more of these things into it. So it just kind of makes sense in that line. But plus, again, like we don't really have any Hydras besides Hydreigon, who I don't see.
I'm not sure I would consider him a Hydra. I think he's more like a King Ghidorah homage.
And see, and here's a hot take: shiny Hydrapple closer to King Ghidorah than Hydreigon ever got.
Not wrong.
Damn.
Not wrong. But yeah, no, I just feel like this does the Hydra idea way better. and he's so cute and cool at the same time. And it just looks like fun. I just want to feed each head, give them each like their own little apple.
Yeah,
I like
this
how
thing
the
is
app
really
thing,
cool.
like,
Name each head.
the actual worm is like turned more draconic in its head design too. You can really tell it's a dragon type now.
Yeah, because it's got the horns and it's got its original apple on its one horn.
Get up on the Hydra's back.
It's just good. I just really like this one.
Yeah,
I
solid
need that one,
design. I love this thing. I really do.
And
It's a
so
very
do I.
nice evolution.
I mean,
It's
it's
not
my
more
favorite
down
one.
eyes, but that's my grave to dig.
The one on the far left is Kevin. That's why I took it backwards.
Here we go again with that.
Kevin.
Kevin!
Sam, take it from here.
Oh, there's so many good choices to pick. And you know what? I feel like we're missing something. I feel like we're missing a really good buddy. Because as much as I do love Applin and Hydrapple, we gotta give love to the big Appleton.
Appleton, a grass and dragon type. Says here it's covered all over in sweet nectar.
I'm so glad someone picked this because this is my favorite.
Look at the body!
He's just a
big boy.
He is a big
Apparently
buddy.
children eat him.
No, they eat the syrup off his back. They don't eat him.
Yeah,
He is very cute, and the fact that he has the dopey helmet to like cover his eyes, making him look even more dopey.
Mhm.
Well, his eyes aren't covered.
Well, yeah,
It's all his ears.
Yeah, it's still working to basically cover his eyes.
I know, I love it.
It's
And
adorable.
even like his stupid little eyes when they show.
If
Like, if there
Hydrapple
was
didn't
a-
exist, this would have been my favorite.
If there was a fantasy RPG set like in the Pokemon universe, I feel like Appleton would be the beast of burden that carries like your carriage, like instead of a horse, it would be an Appleton.
It should be going very slow.
Appleton.
Now I really want like
Well,
an
it's
old
safer
timey.
than a Tauros.
I really want an old timey Pokemon
Also
game where you ride one of
Psychosaur.
these as like a horseback.
Also, like especially that image that was just dropped. I want to see an instance where Appleton flaps those little leaves on its back so hard that it flies like Valu from Wind Waker.
Oh my god. Oh, wait, what if it gets an evolution in the future where it's just spinning those leaves and it just becomes a big helicopter?
And then
Oh,
it just starts
I
flying.
adore that.
How do you improve
It's
upon
like-
perfection, though?
It takes off like tails, just...
I love it.
This one is good. This is a good one.
I need
You can't
Shadow
go,
of this
buddy.
immediately.
honestly, you really can't go wrong with any of the Applin line.
No.
Really
Really can't.
good friends.
Honestly.
One of the best lines in recent years.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who
So
appreciates them.
Yeah,
Oh, of course not.
even Flapple, who I think is the simplest, is still really nice.
It's alright.
Yeah, I completed my sword run with a Flapple, and it was very, very helpful the entire way through.
Yeah.
I also have a Flapple on my list, but I've already chosen my my representative. It's the Apple.
Yeah, it happens a lot,
Which-
and
What I'm saying is join the cult of Apple.
join the cult of Apple.
I
They
can't.
smell
All my
nice.
apple picks have been taken.
They smell,
But they smell. Well, I'll get you some more. Don't
they
worry.
smell
about it. In
nice,
fact,
they
I'll
taste
get some
nice, they
help
go
and-
phenomenally with peanut butter. It's kind of hard to go wrong with apples.
Yeah. And in the meantime, while you're waiting for my Apple delivery, why don't you stick around with my next pick, where it's just a lovely sweet scent from Meganium.
Well, that's definitely where the reading was coming from. Do you see or hear anything?
Meganium is a friend, and I feel
Wait,
so
what
bad.
is that? Do you smell that? Smells like steak.
Oh no.
We are not eating the dinosaur.
Leave
Back
Mr.
off, I will
leave
fight
Mr.
you.
Steak alone.
Leave my Brachiosaur alone.
I would
It's a
not
ra-
dare dream of harming Mr. Steak. Mr. Steak is made of love.
I love Meganium. I love the whole Chikorita line, honestly. Especially as a kid where I didn't know how to save and I ended up just repeating the very start of the game. So I went through all 3 starters and just seeing Chikorita in the Johto show is so cute. His little crush on Ash is adorable. I don't care what people say about it. It's adorable.
It's so cute. It really is. And
then Meganium is so cool.
I wish Meganium didn't get bullied in its own region, but
I know. I hate it.
It is so bullied that the one gym that it has an actual decent chance at is Ice of all things, which says a lot.
I feel so bad for Meganium because I really like it. I
love it too, but dear God, does its own region just shit on it so much?
Mine didn't even get to become a Meganium. It died when it was a Bayleaf.
Yep.
Mine got to become Meganium, but that didn't last too long.
Never does.
Also, Bayleaf, one of the earliest middle evolutions that actually looks good.
Oh yeah,
agreed.
Up there with
Ivysaur and
I mean, Ivysaur's still pretty good.
Yeah. Out of the gen.
Yeah, I know Ivysaur's still good.
Grovyle was like a fan favorite.
One up.
Listen.
And this is Gen 2, so like, it's same region as Quilava, so it's already had some good middle evolutions.
Again, me and Delic had a whole conversation about this, where the first 3 gens had the best middle stage evolutions for the grass type. After that, it kind of goes downhill for a bit, and then comes back up later.
Yeah.
Spikes for a brief moment, and then continues going down.
And then
I mean, I like Grotto.
It's okay.
This entire evolutionary line was very fun to draw in the Japanese brush style.
Oh, I bet.
But watch those videos. Anyway.
Or at least look at the thumbnails.
But yeah, Doc, do you have a sweet scent to share with us?
Well, no, I do not. In fact,
damn,
I'm feeling a bit round. Feeling a bit
stinky.
Thanksgiving season will do that to a fella.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm prepping. I'm just getting kind of angry over here. I think I'm gonna explode. That's why I'm going with Hisuian Electrode.
Oh, no. Yay!
All right,
the Pokeball!
That's a Voltorb, but you get my meaning.
That's a Voltorb.
Hisuian Electrode is, he's so round, but apparently there's no gifs of him, so that's kind of lame. But I like the kind of wood aesthetic that changed for him. Like, instead of having that white steel look, he gets the spiral, carved wood look, which I really like.
Makes sense considering what the Pokeballs from that period were, essentially. They will also have that wooden aesthetic to it, so it makes sense that the Mimic Pokemon would keep up with that.
It does, and I also do like how, if you look between regular Hisui and, regular Hisui Electrode and then Electrode, I don't know why I said it like that, they inverse their moods. Like, Electrode is smiling, but Hisui Electrode he's just pissed. He also plays not the most pivotal role, the person he's attached to in the game of Arceus is the worst, but Hisuian Electrode is just cool, and I think he's the only grass electric type we have besides Rotom-Mow.
I believe you're right, yeah.
So he's the only standalone that doesn't rely on the form, plus thank you Sam, I was about to post that and get to those. But his shiny is also good, where instead of it turning blue, instead of red, his red turns black, and it just looks so good.
Like the Hyper Ball.
Well, Hyper?
I mean, I know Deadlock made the comment about how these ones, or the comment was made how it's not, really steel looking anymore, but that shiny form is metal as hell.
Yeah, it looks like it gave it a lacquer kind of look.
Honestly, I would have said it looked like it exploded a few too many times. It's become burnt from it.
Also, Deadlock, to answer your question, the Ultra Ball in Japanese is referred to as the Hyper Ball.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
That's why it has the H on it instead of a U.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. fun fact.
Education.
Edumacation.
But and the one other thing I like is you looking at its eyes. Is that like the eyes are like carved out, which further goes into the wood aesthetic, and I just really like how it's simple but it's clean.
I really do like that.
And
It's simple and clean.
And as someone that
Good
loves woodworking, even though I don't get to do it that often, I really like this Pokemon.
Yeah, getting a perfectly spherical shape with wood, way harder than you think.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to let it go. Anyways.
Yeah, I noticed you keep singing that in the background there.
Sam likes to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Just let her have this, Deadlock.
I will. Patience.
I mean,
you know what?
He also said simple and clean. What else could I do?
And you know what, Deadlock? I'll let you have this. Your round 5 pick.
Well, I'm actually going to throw Sam a bone here and actually pick up something arguably sweet-selling. Unfortunately, it will probably lead you to your demise, because this is Victory Bell.
Victory Bell! Don't tell me.
It's evolving!
Albi!
Look at that!
Victory Bell. I love this thing.
I don't think it's gonna smell that good because it's a pitcher plant. Actually, no. You know what? It might because that's how it's
That's how it gets its prey.
I forgot that's how it worked for a second. I was thinking of all the dead bodies sitting in it.
No, that is definitely Corpse Flower, Gloom, and Vileplume over there. But yeah.
So
honestly, just like
Yeah,
I like how like a lot of like the older Pokemon have like this more monstrous and fierce look to it, and Victory Bell is just the epitome of that. Of all the plants you could have picked up, you picked this one that looks almost prehistoric and is ready to devour someone or something whole. And yeah, it's going to do that in seconds with its apparently acidic belly, which apparently its dex entries like to point out. Makes you wonder how James is alive throughout all the time since he's been eaten by this thing in the anime.
Anime rules,
he's poison
anime
resistant.
rules and game rules do not line up. So
No, they don't. Because honestly, I do not think I'd ever want to end up in this thing either.
if anything,
at least the anime is consistent with him getting poisoned in Alola so much.
true. But I think the card game lines up with the anime better than the actual games do. But
Also, it just. Also,
I
I
was gonna
just think it also does the whole like movesets that Pokemon like Veloso would be more famous for, just a lot better. It has like the Chlorophyll, it has the Sunny Day, it has the Solar Beam it's obviously using, it has Weather Ball as well, just for even more coverage with actually dealing with other grass types trying to take advantage of its own sun. And then it just also now has all that poisonness that it can actually use as an offense against all the fairy types now running amok.
it's too bad that it didn't get to save you in your Nuzlocke run.
Look, Bellsprout was so close, and that's another reason why I wanted to put it on here. There was so much potential for a save, and I don't blame it for failing. It was just so many things going wrong. But for as close as it got, I will always honor it.
If you saved that run, that would have been amazing.
That would have been, yeah. I would have loved to have saved it with this, but I just want another chance to use this thing at some point. I want to see it go and go far.
I do have to say, speaking of runs, I caught it when Pokemon Crystal came out on the Virtual Console on 3DS. I played it and I caught a Bellsprout with the intention of trading it right away in that one town where you can trade it for an Onix. And I never ended up doing that because I already had a Rock type on my team, so I was like, why not? And so I went around with this Bellsprout whose name was perpetually Trade Me in all caps. And it evolved into a Weeping Bell and then a Victory Bell, and it's my Grass Poison type. It's a strong member of my team. It took me so far, and it was honestly the mom I was farming for Shiny Celebi with. Never got the Shiny Celebi.
I was gonna say, I'd still take Vileplume over this thing.
I would disagree hard on you for that, for multiple reasons.
I'm also disagreeing, Doc. You're not in a vast minority here.
It's a good thing you all have shit opinions anyway, so I don't have to consider it.
Yeah, sure. But going back to it, like, this thing I would honestly consider legit competition for the starter of the region with Venusaur. Like, I would honestly put it in good contention with the two. Not necessarily superior, but like a good competitor.
Haha, superior. I get it.
Look, we already made this joke earlier. We don't need to retread ground.
Roll credits.
But yeah, I love this picture plan of a Pokemon. I love how it's monstrous appeal, just even in the earlier generations, how it works still to this day. I just love this thing.
You didn't pick Delmise. I would say this is your worst pick so far.
I would hard disagree with you on that, but you know what? We can't all have good opinions.
Chris, can you pick an infinitely better pick than that one, please?
I certainly can. Deadlock, I appreciate you putting Victory Bell forward. I appreciate the sacrifices that had to happen to get you here. And I know it's a bit of a sore subject for you, you know. Dick's out for Greatwood and everything, even though he wasn't so great in the long run. But I feel like you need to pick me up. You need to dance. And who better to dance than Ludicolo?
This dude is vibes. This dude is vibes.
He is absolutely vibes. He is happy, he is jovial, he is convivial, and he is a dancer extraordinaire. And every single time I see him come out now, regardless of what game it's in, Mirror B's battle
it was
music
already
plays
playing in my head. It was already playing in my head.
An entire team of Ludicolos with a single pseudo Widow.
That's still one of the hardest songs in the whole series.
It's really, really good, and like the fact that, like you just said, like you see Ludicolo and your mind starts replaying that track is just so great, and it was I personally appreciate how not so much Lotad but mostly Lombre and then later Ludicolo are vaguely Kappa based, which I think is cool. I think that's an awesome creature from Shinto folklore. The dual grass typing is nice. I mean, you know, gets rid of the fire, even though flying, poison, and bug can still kick its ass. But I don't know. I enjoy it. It's just a happy Pokemon, and it makes me happy to see it and to use it.
No, poison and bug are not the most common offensive types. Flying is a bit more common, so it's still pretty good defensively.
Swift Swim has an ability.
What?
Doesn't it what?
Swift Swim.
Swift Swim. It gets Rain Dish.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Oblivious is the other one it gets.
I believe you're
They're
right.
just all good.
So, I mean, Oblivious is the
feel
worst
like
of the three, but the other two are still good.
But yeah, and
Oblivious is not the worst. It's good for tanking. Like,
I'm saying-
you set up your defenses and...
I'm saying of the three.
I would take Rain Dish as the weakest one.
Rain Dish is definitely the weakest. If you're going to be doing
I'd have to
rain,
agree.
you would have to go Swift Swim. Also, I was correct. It does have own tempo as it's hidden.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That's the one.
own tempo is still pretty okay.
Well, even then, like, you look at this thing. Yeah, he is going to his own tempo.
He absolutely is.
Very much so.
I like the whole line for this one. This is one of the Pokemon that I like. Lombre or Lotad's just adorable. He's just like a little fella, little lily pad fella. Lombre is just he's kind of the weakest of the three, but he's still kind of just vibing. Especially because I always think of the Gen 3 animations because of Mirror B. And Ludicolo, same thing. I can imagine him doing his dance that he does. Just
and
fun.
And it's not even just his passive. Like even the attack animations are like a little dance, a little ditty before he does his actual attack, and it's amazing.
Maybe not a ditty.
He is a good duck.
No ditty.
He's a good duck.
He's a good duck. He does a whole backflip in this 3D animation in Coliseum XD.
Yes, he does. And if you got something like Hyper Beam coming out of him, it looks even more badass.
It's pretty funny.
Just his default like face is really funny on the artwork.
He's just
too.
always having a good time.
It looks like he's equal parts surprised, but also really happy to see you.
And he always has jazz
Hey,
hands.
I don't know what's going on, man, but I'm here for the party.
If you just
Let's
focus
go.
on his eyes, he also looks like he's just staring into the abyss.
You know what? Now that you said that, I'm like specifically just looking at his face. Still, like, doesn't he look a little bit like Patapunk? Patapunk? Fuck, I can't. Patapunk? The thing from Dragon Quest.
I can kind of see what you mean.
I'll put
Yeah,
it
it's
side by
quite
side in the video, and you guys let me know what you think.
I mean, it's mostly just the bill and the eyes, but at the same time, like, everything else is different.
That's what I'm saying, the face-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see it. Yeah. There it is for everyone
I
else.
can see.
Like Dragon Quest. Anyway.
Anyway, let's move on to
There you go, Birdman.
evolutionary line. I'm surprised hasn't been chosen yet. It's Groval time.
It was on my list. It was on my list. Specifically, Grovile was on my list.
Yeah,
The
so
boy.
Groval is one
surprised
of
it took
those
us this long to
perfect
get to
middle
it.
stages to me. It's like I don't dislike Sceptile, but I prefer Groval. It's got this really perfect, like, sleek gecko design.
I think that's most people's feel for a couple reasons, actually. Because I don't think until very late Ash in the anime didn't evolve it till late. And Grovile just looks better.
There's
like-
also a very good reason I have him this high. Mystery Dungeon, Explosive Time, Darkness and Sky. If you know the plot, I won't spoil it. But if you know, you know. Great character. Also, he's voiced by Dan Green in the animated version.
Oh, see, that just makes him more respectable.
I can't remember
Because you
who
take
Dan
one look
Green
at
is, but I know his
Groville,
name.
you're like, you know what? You're like, you know what? This is a Pokemon I can trust. This is a Pokemon who can help me. This is a Pokemon who can help me save 15% or more on my car insurance.
The
Or,
lead up to that
defeat
joke
some
was so
ancient
good.
Egypts.
I'll give you that one.
He could help you in ancient Egypt. He's voiced by Dan Green, you know.
Also that.
I know his name, but I can't, like...
Yami Yugi and Little Yugi and Yugi. And Mephiles the Dark and Sonic, Knuckles for a while.
Okay.
He's in a
Oh
lot
god.
of things.
Dan Green. Cloak like a chicken.
Dan
Incidentally,
If
he
you
was
know,
al-
you know.
Yeah, he was also Mewtwo and Entei from those Pokemon movies.
Damn. That dude...
Yeah, he's in a lot of things.
Good voice to pick.
He was also in
Definitely
other
good
animated
profile there.
projects.
Yeah, that's
Pick up
why it's
Dan
actually
Green. Like a chicken.
that's why it's actually so perfect that shiny Mewtwo is green.
Cloak like a chicken.
Mewtwo is a grass type confirmed?
Lore?
But is Dan green?
I mean, he's got
Maybe.
green in the name. He's already a grass type.
Hey, Alright, moving on from Dan Green / Grovile.
Well, it's round 6, folks. We gotta set up
final
for our
round.
final teammates.
Are you
Got it.
ready? Are you set? Because it's spooky time.
Let's go.
Oh no.
Spooky.
It's Trevenant.
さてオーロットはポケモン以外でも森を愛する者には優しくしてくれると言われておるぞかくいうわしもなぜじゃ
God damn it!
That was gonna be my last
Yeah,
one,
we
you
all got
fucker.
sniped. We all got sniped.
Not me. I am kind of not too much of a fan of this guy, I'll be real with you.
Well, you're
Good for
wrong.
you.
Screw
Anyway,
you, triple
so-
kill.
So, Trevenant is really cool. It's honestly one of those designs where, like, it works as both a Pokemon, but it could also be just, like, a generic RPG enemy. It's got that perfect, like, creepy, haunted tree, like a darkness lurking underneath a glowing red eye. The shiny's amazing.
Shiny's good.
Perfect autumn shiny. I just really like it. Obviously, it's I think it was his signature move, the curse of.
Yeah, Curse of the Forest.
Yeah, you
Force
get
curse,
to put
rather.
Ghost type on other people, and obviously Ghost is super effective against Ghost.
No, it's actually Grass type.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Ghost one went to the other Ghost Grass of the generation.
Darn.
Oh, right, that was Trick or Treat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, darn. Okay, I mixed them up. But either way, he's still
I mean,
awesome.
hey, you're a grass type that makes more grass types. More to love.
Yeah, sure. But yeah,
Exactly.
really.
It has one of the rare conditions to add a type on. It doesn't remove the other two types, it adds it on top.
Yeah, it's not like Soak where it replaces them.
Trevenant, incidentally, another Pokemon that makes very good use of Horn Leech.
But
Yeah, it is good for healing. It's also really interesting in a like comparison to Sudowoodo being like a fake tree. This is a very literal tree monster coming after you.
Very much so.
I'm not the
Yeah,
only
I
one who
did,
sees this thing being in like Luigi's Mansion, do I?
Yeah, because I had a Trevenant in ORAS, and that thing put in some serious work, especially with Harvest.
I remember being annoyed and I started carrying things around to deal with Harvest because Chris loved using anything with Harvest.
I was
Yeah.
gonna, you started carrying shit around specifically to deal with my Trevenant and Executor.
It was annoying.
Yeah, you
It
started,
was very
what,
annoying.
was it just a nerf Pokemon?
I don't remember what I did. I know I carried some Magic Bounce to help, so Espeon was pretty helpful there. Or Magic Guard, stuff like that. You gotta think, this is like 10 years ago now, so...
Too.
My problem with Trevenant is not, like, I hate this Pokemon, I don't really even dislike it. It's just, like you said, it is kind of generic. And whenever I do trades, people will often trade me this thing, like wonder trades. And I'll get like I'll get like a Phantomp, and it'll evolve, and it'll be constantly evolving, and it's just really annoying.
And
They're
then you
just-
have to hate every trade Evo.
No,
I guess you hate Gengar now.
no, I'm saying that one specifically because that's the one that people would keep trading.
Okay, everyone trade him Haunters right now.
I already made my stand
Gengar was
clear.
actually
With
a
or
good
without
Pokemon,
Everstones?
though, so no.
I've made my
With or without Everstones.
I've already made my stance on Gengar pretty clear. But one other thing I saw recently, someone did like a fairy type version of this, but it just looked the same to me, and I just didn't get it. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Alright, Doc's bad opinion aside, let's move on.
You're yes.
Exactly.
What is the final?
I don't know. What is your final?
Let's see, we've had that. Well, then I feel there's only one Pokemon that I could possibly put forward that could tie a nice little bow on everything, and frankly, it goes fairly well with what we've been doing lately. I'm gonna go Nuzleaf.
Oh god.
The Nuzlocke Pokemon.
God damn it.
Exactly.
Fuck him and his nipples.
I'm never gonna be able to unsee that now. I never looked at that.
Oh god, I'm so sorry
Thanks, Doc.
for you.
Yeah, he'll never be able to
Ruined
unsee
it.
those, and if you
You
look at his
ruined it, and
back
now I'm
sprite, you'll...
leaving.
Yeah, and if you look at his back sprite, you'll never be able to unsee that either. But no, this had to happen, because Zach, it all happens for a reason.
What the fuck is that?
Torchic.
That's Nuzlocke. Have you never seen that before?
No, I don't know who that is.
That's the whole reason the freaking challenge exists.
Oh,
yeah, that's Nuzlocke. That is the guy.
Oh. Okay.
No relation to Deadlock?
Yeah, it's a Nuzleaf with Locke's face from Lost.
Oh, see, I don't know who that is. That's what I was...
Oh, I didn't know who Locke was.
I forget the actor. I forget the actor's name, but the character's name is John Locke.
All right, well...
I wasn't the same actor in, like, I'm trying to remember. I remember this correctly. Wasn't the same actor who was in Band of Brothers?
I think so.
I'm terrible with names.
I'll put his name on the screen.
Yeah, but this is the Pokemon that started it all. It's the namesake, and frankly, playing Pokemon normally is just not nearly as difficult or stimulating to really get me interested anymore. So this is not just a final draft pick. This is a lifestyle choice.
So it's this guy's fault that we have to do Nuzlocke for content now.
No, Zach. It's this dude's fault that we get to.
I mean, you could try playing Pokemon and beating it at the lowest level as possible.
That's basically what we're doing now in Platinum.
Yeah, well, you don't have to use the Nuzlocke rules. You can just do it as low as possible.
You don't understand, Sam. We're in this now.
We're 4 gens in. We can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Sure you can.
Events have been put into motion.
Anyway, Nuzlocke. Right. I didn't even say his name right. I said Nuzlocke instead of Nuzleaf. I'm brain dead. Speaking of, we're recording more of that tomorrow.
Oh.
We've broken him.
He's broken. He's officially broken.
Oh no.
Oh no. Deadlock. Continue, please. Hit us with the final round.
I genuinely don't know what I want to pick because so many of my picks have already now just been. Who typed that in for Chris?
Me.
Of course. Of course. I'm at the point where I'm actually running out of options, which is a. Why? Why?
I don't know. You weren't making. You weren't making any decisions?
Yeah. Well, apparently somebody's making illegal decisions there because I don't think any of those are grass type.
No.
I don't know. Moose seems like a grass type to me.
Just a moose.
No, it definitely isn't. It's probably an ice type, if anything, if we're being honest.
Ice grass? Anyone?
We speculated ice normal. We had a whole conversation about this.
Yeah.
Anyway, you gotta pick something, Deluxe, unless you just gotta
I think I'll go
forfeit.
Forfeit. Why would whoever forfeits in this thing?
Obama Snow? Mr. President?
Stop! Get that out of here!
for people that can't see, with the sheet, our draft list sheet where we keep track of everything is currently being messed with the Deluxe final slot here.
Yeah, apparently, because apparently I don't even get some time to actually think this through, because literally so many of my picks have actually just been getting stolen in the last act.
Why'd you let them get stolen?
Okay, why?
Stop reacting and they'll stop doing it.
I've only done 2, and
I'm not even tapped in.
I haven't done it either, so it's between Sam and Chris.
You know what, fine. You know what, fine. Fuck yeah. I'm folding. I'm folding for all of you. This is Cartana.
Once again, I cut a worthless object. Worthless object. Again. Once again, I cut a worthless object. Cut again. Again. I cut a worthless object. Once again, a worthless object. Again. I cut again. Once again, a worthless object. Again. I cut again. Once again, a worthless object. Again. I cut again. Once again, a worthless object. Again. I cut again. Once again, a worthless object. Again. I cut again. Hey. Leave it to me. That was a good cut. Building what? As the journey continues.
Thank you.
Folding like paper.
Yes, the most fancier paper, and dear God, is this one guy to actually cut you into pieces? Like, there's been a lot of Ultra Beasts around, and honestly, like to see more like weird designs like this come up. But for such a tiny little thing that weighs nothing, this thing is just gonna absolutely murder you. And again, I always just like how it's like just a little like origami like little paper thing that, let's be honest, most people started making that kind of stuff in high school or whatever. Just throw them around at people.
Shuriken were always my favorites.
Yeah, a lot of people always made stuff like that. And now you get to throw one at some of your friends and they get to just obliterate their entire teams with. Because what is this thing's attack stat?
It's ridiculous.
Busted.
Between that and its
What
speed.
is this? Who thought this was okay?
Yeah, I absolutely love this thing, but I already had a grass steel, so...
But it's just... The fun fact, if you have, again, going back to the Alolan anime, if you watch it, it speaks backwards. So you can run it backwards through anything, through whatever you can get. And most of the time she's saying, I must cut. She's basically saying, like, he has to cut, just because he's so compulsive about it.
Look, dude has one job and he's very good at it.
He's got one brain cell that's all focused on cutting.
He's exceptionally good at it because like all the other Ultra Beasts with Beast Boost, this thing's already monstrous 181, higher than Deoxys attack form, mind you. Just keeps going harder and harder and harder as it just murders your team in a snowball effect.
And I like that it's unique. At least this one has a bit of a face, so I can actually see it. It has like a mouth, so I'll take that. But I do
actually kind of want to also see this thing folded up in all sorts of different other forms as well, just somewhere down the line.
In terms of Ultra Beasts, this one's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me also wonders who made it.
We'll never get the answer to that. Pokemon doesn't like lore.
A very very careful and light-handed origami artist.
Some old, retired, very spiritual woman that was in the forest by herself.
Like, even, like, ignoring the fact that I would probably murder you, like, this thing is, like, immaculately crafted. Like, I don't know how anyone would make this.
A kid in arts and crafts.
The AI did it.
Little Susie from down the street.
A wizard did it.
A wizard did it.
No, what if little Susie is a wizard who got tired of people saying no to buying Girl Scout cookies?
At an old age? In the forest?
Yes. My gods, it's all connected.
Haha. We've done it.
What are the real Katana friends we made along the way?
And you ruined it. No, I'm joking.
We've made so many friends throughout this time.
And all I can say to them is, welcome to the fold.
Yep.
We've also made just as many your Pokemon enemies. Before I want to cut these lives in pieces.
I was leading up to a bit, but I mean it kind of got interrupted. So
someone's got paper skin.
Pokemon really quickly.
Well, regardless, unfortunately, we're coming to the end of the video. We're getting there, so time moves forward, my friends. What does it for this Pokemon?
God damn it!
Not really.
God damn it!
This Pokemon
as soon as you said time.
Through time, and you know, it's a friend of the forest. I'm going with Celebi.
The Onion Fairy!
The Onion Fairy. Yes, correct.
Celebi movie.
Exactly. Although it's not a bee.
It also has the best legendary in there, Suicune.
I do like me Suicune. Watch out for that waterless when we get to that one.
Speaking of the movie, I really like that movie forever. Really
it is really good and has one of the saddest scenes in all the Pokemon movies with Celebi dying.
The rotten onion.
And then more Celebis, which I guess it's probably all the same Celebi from different time periods reviving itself. That's how I choose to see that.
That's what they said in the movie.
Is it? I don't remember. I haven't seen the movie in a long time.
Yeah. They said it's Celebi from all across time coming to help it.
Yeah, when I heard that sentence, I think I interpreted it as multiple Celebis when I watched it, but I was also young when I watched it, so I had to go back and watch that one. Anyway.
I was a teenager when I saw it.
Celebi is just cute Onion Fairy, just basically a forest sprite. that can travel through time, and apparently in recent lore, when Celebi travels back in time because the future is looking good. That's apparently like how that works, quote unquote.
Yeah, so it's like a message to the past that there is a brighter future.
Yeah, which I like. Which in these times is something that I feel like we could all appreciate a little bit right now.
It does also tie it into its presence in Mystery Dungeon, Sky, and the other two.
Unfortunately, I haven't played those games yet, but I know that it has a pretty intricate lore with Shiny Celebi.
I saw a thing a while back. It was Dialga and Celebi, but they were depicted as being like Kenpachi and Yachiru from Bleach.
It's just a good
time. How he was the big boss of time.
Just a big time traveling onion. Maybe not big, but good. Celebi is just a friend of the forest, wants everyone to be happy, wants things to be good. Keep your eyes out for Celebi. And a grass psychic type, not bad.
Not at all.
Unless you count our bug.
Well, you know what? We can't have everything, can we? Right, Sam? Just like how I snipe Celebi from you right now, you can't have everything, right?
Oh, no, you can't have everything, especially when Celebi isn't on my list because I went back in time to take it off. Either that or it wasn't never on my list to begin with.
Time paradox.
It wasn't on my list. It's not even in the backups.
Yeah?
Multiverse theory's a bitch.
Yeah. Because the final mon in my list was no legendary. It was actually a much more lovable, sweet Pokemon. In the form of, sorry, that's the wrong image. Leavanny!
The fuck am I looking at right now?
Who's that Pokemon?
Leavanny, the nurturing Pokemon, and Sewaddle's final evolutionary form. Using sticky threads that come from its mouth, it makes clothes for Sewaddle by sewing leaves together.
You look at Leavanny!
Yeah,
Sam,
why did you post that first one?
Sam, did you go to the right folder?
I might have not. So anyways, Leavanny is a really cute Pokemon that... It actually is a very mothering Pokemon. Its whole line is about swaddling its child before it comes out and becomes the beautiful-looking mothering Pokemon, Leavanny. It even, like, swaddles up its own baby. And for those of you who don't know what a swaddle is, it's when you wrap up a baby in a blanket.
And swadloon.
That's hence swadloon.
Swadloon.
Sewaddle.
It's more like Sewaddle. Yeah, Sewaddle. Swadloon is more like a angsty teenage hikikomori.
Yeah, he's swaddling himself.
He still has the blanket, but it's draped over him rather than wrapped around him carefully. It's a good, like, line that shows the development of people as we grow up and into our own. Even if the Leavanny you become isn't necessarily a parent, it's still someone who cares for others.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I like to imagine myself doing. In some cases do.
I like Leavanny.
He's a good man.
And
I like it too when it's not falling into the... I like it too when it's not falling into the same unfortunate extracurriculars that Gardevoir and Lopunny do sometimes.
Well, if it wasn't apparent by Sam's pictures.
Shut up. I actually found that on Google while I was looking for pictures.
That's what she says.
I mean, I do like with, like, in order to actually get out of, like, those phases where it's, like, with all the blankets and stuff, like, it has to evolve with friendship, like, it's coming out of its shell and actually coming into its own, thanks to, like, all the people that care about it also.
And then look how happy it is in its final form.
It's really great. Just look at its final form and not the other image that I shared.
What image? I don't see it.
That in its final form is vaguely reminiscent of a praying mantis, which is one of my favorite types of bugs.
So I'm super effective against all of you.
I'm gonna report this.
So my mon's super effective against all of yours, so I guess I win?
But I do like... it's not
I'm pretty sure my poison type is super effective against you.
It's not super effective.
Bug resist poison, I think.
I think my rock type is actually super effective against you.
Yeah, but I'm also a grass type, so that's super effective against you.
Yeah, my fire type beats you.
So does my flying type.
Agree to disagree. Anyways.
Sam's getting ratioed in real time. But one thing to just add on to Levani is that comparatively competitive, it's really good. Which I wouldn't...
It's really fast and really strong.
Actually, I don't think its speed is too crazy. I know its attack is pretty high. I don't remember its attack stat. Or speed stat, it's not in my head.
Looking at that real quick.
Already, oh, it's 92. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Definitely
it's not
the
great,
slowest
but
middle.
it's...
And the attack is 103, which also is pretty good. Give it a choice scarf and something, and like it can wreck house.
What? It is now time. We must rank.
That we must.
Sam, you are first.
Why must I go first?
Because you started the draft, so you get to go first.
You know what? That is entirely fair, and luckily I had everyone in order already as we were going through, and I made sure to prepare. So I actually have my list ready to go.
Oh, hooray.
As I was grading all of you. So, first up on the list, everyone's list was really good, actually. It's really hard to pick who to put at the bottom, so I had to work from the top down. So, we're gonna do it backwards from how I discovered it, and we're gonna go with our 4th place pick. I'm sorry, Chris.
It happens.
It's just...
I believe this is happening for a reason.
I love me, Bulbasaur, Leafeon, and Ferrothorn. The rest I'm like, sure.
What?
Okay.
How dare you with Ludicolo?
Hey, Ludicolo's cool. He gets bonus points in my book, but is not one of my personal favorite mons. He's just a mon that exists for me.
Yeah, I don't typically rock grass type, so it was actually kind of tough deciding, like, A, which ones I wanted to put here, and B, which ones I wanted to put in such an order that I could make an actual somewhat viable team out of.
Oh yeah, that's what I was...
type...
I forgot something I forgot to mention at the beginning, is that grass types are one of my least favorites.
Yeah, it's not ranking highly on mine either, even though like there's plenty of grass starters I love.
It's actually very weak to my favorite typing, Ice.
Same.
Yeah, I love Ice types. I love it.
Yeah.
I just wish it was more defensively viable, but that's for another time.
Yeah. Luckily, someone that is more defensively viable is Deadlock. You get 3rd.
He's so disappointed.
Look, Turtwig is a cute little buddy. Superior is very pretty and cool. Delmise is a great pick. Doc Shut Up is a great pick. Victory Bell is also awesome. Kartana is overrated.
Yeah. I can understand.
I know a lot of people love it. To me, it's overrated.
I can understand that. I can understand that.
And Cradilly, I want to try it out. I need to give it
You
more
really
help.
should. Cradilly is good. Underappreciated Pokemon.
Yes.
I will say my runner-ups were either Tropius or Maractus.
That could have changed some things. But yeah, in 2nd place, this is a tough decision between 2 amazing lists, and well, only one of them has the Onion Fairy. So Doc, you get 2nd place.
God damn it! What do you got against Celebi?
No, I got nothing against Celebi. It's just funny. It's Ogerpon who I have a thing against.
Why? It's such a good bean.
It's okay. I find that DLC more annoying than anything. So yeah, and congrats to Peter with the burb.
I feel like you did this on purpose because Peter doubled up. You're making a statement.
Actually, the doubling doesn't affect my decisions at all. I just wanted to make a point to jab at everyone else for knocking me down with doubles. And also, Doc, you shut up. You were in 3rd for me a second ago.
Ooh. Should be in 1st.
Or, hey, you got up. So there you go. Anyways, who did you pick as your 4th placements?
Okay, so I kind of agree with Sam. Everyone's list is really good. There's a good mix of things I do and don't like. I was clear about some of the ones I wasn't crazy about. That being said, last place. I was thinking about this because I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do for my last pick because I was debating on putting either Meowscarada, but I put that in my last list and I'm like, maybe someone else would want to do it. Or Cacnea, he's just a brown boy. There's a couple others I was considering. But I think last place here. I think I'm also gonna put Chris. Sorry. It's
this
just
is all happening for a reason.
Yeah, it's because you did the doubles against me so many times.
It's Ferrothorn. I was pretty clear about it. I'm not crazy about it. It's okay. Nuzlocke. I said that on purpose this time. But Nuzlocke, I've always just at the nipples, man. It's just the nipples. Why? Why is that part of his design? And then Hisuian Digimon, I said I prefer regular Decidueye, so I mean, I feel like I was pretty clear when we were back on that part. But Leafeon, Bulbasaur, and Ludicolo, I vibe with. I vibe with hard. Leafeon probably the least, just because I haven't had a good chance to use it, and the times I do use it, it doesn't perform like I would like it to. So I think I need to give it another shot. If I do, I might re-rank you later on. Third, I am also gonna give Deadlock. Turtwig, good, obviously. Cradilly, I like. Superior, I like. Delmise and Victory Bell, I've made my stance pretty clear on both of those already, so I'm not gonna go back into that. They both suck.
You're still wrong.
But, you know.
Kartana is good, but not as good as the other three, so it holds it back a little bit. So, not bad by any means. Second place, this is where this gets tough. I think I'm gonna put... Yeah, okay, I'm confident in my choice here. I'm gonna put Peter in second.
What?
Because I'm not crazy about the Lone Executor. I think he's funny, but I've never been crazy about the Executor line. You can blame Chris for that, for scarring me.
Don't tell me what I can't do.
And then Trevenant, like I said, has been scarred me thanks to GTS, and also I just never... And by Chris, so... Peter, you can blame Chris for your shortcoming here.
Do you live near a lot of trees by chance?
Me? Yes.
Good. Don't sleep too soundly tonight.
I'm being...
Who?
I'm being threatened casually.
The Trevenant are coming.
Who?
I tried to stop them, but they're coming after you now.
Hey, I gave you second, so...
Look, you can't say that to
I
an owl.
I didn't nerf you because you picked Rowlet and Decidueye like some others will. Good luck.
I know. Chris.
So first place is obviously Sam. I have made my stance clear last in the Dark Draft. I like Meowscarada. I like the whole line. And Florigato is one of those middle stages that I think is amazing. And
That's so good. I love Bridget.
Roserade, though I prefer Roselia, it's still good. I think the design could be a little better. Sawsbuck, I think, is probably your worst pick here, but it's not bad. At least it gets the alternate form, so like if you don't like one, you have 3 other choices between it, which you can't say about many Pokemon.
Sawsbuck is very much my weakest pick. I love it personally. That's why it's on my list. I know most people don't dislike it, and it's a weak mon. So
I don't even think it's bad. I think it could be designed a little better. I think it's just a little too just buck. That's it.
Plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of favorite type, or favorite version for me is probably the summer one. I actually like the more plain version between the 3. The autumn one with the leaves is a little too much for me, and the winter one's good. It's probably my second, and then spring is just kind of boring. So,
The spring is pink.
Appleton.
It is boring.
Appleton is good. He's just so cute and he's so round. I just want to hug him. Same thing with Meganium. Meganium just has such friend energy. Like, I just want to hug. Plus, the idea of a dinosaur and the stamen of a flower is really clever, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then Leavanny is just nice. I like Leavanny. I always think it's a bit underappreciated, so I'm happy to see it here. Bonus points.
Same, honestly.
Alright, Della, your turn.
Well, call me Rampardos, because I'm breaking the mold here. Sorry, Doc, you're not getting a medal this time.
What the fuck, Richard?
I'm just gonna say this right now. The only 2
You said to
Pokemon
call
out
him
of yours
Rampardos.
I really care about are the ones you stole from me.
Wow, you have such bad taste. No wonder why you picked Victory Bell.
Torterra and Hydrapple, I love those 2 Pokemon. But like, Ogerpon, I don't really care about. And again, don't know much of this DLC story itself. It just seems, I don't know. Lilligant, again, just seems like less Lilligant to me. I understand it's significantly more powerful, but power isn't always something for me. I just kind of prefer base over it anyways.
Wow.
And I don't really care much about the Electrodes either. I love how, like, it's themed appropriately for Legends Arceus, but I just don't really... I'm just not a fan of Electrode in general. And And honestly, I don't really care for Celebi much either. Like, she definitely gets some good roles, especially in the movies and especially the Mystery Dungeon series. I just never just got along well with Celebi. It's just not my thing.
All right, so guys, remember this is Deloc's last appearance in a draft video.
It's never been easy.
Speaking of, I will continue breaking the mold with Sam getting in third.
I like how he tried.
What does it break?
The one time he breaks the mold is after you call him out on the doubles.
What do you mean breaking the mold? I usually get the bottom.
No.
Doc, shut up.
Anyways, I honestly, you say Salzbuck is your weakest, but it's honestly your strongest for me, in my opinion. I definitely like the Winter Cloak, especially. That's what gives you the extra points for me, also. Floragato. I will learn these names eventually. They're too new for me sometimes, especially when I don't see it.
Flora and then Spanish word for cat.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, honestly, one of the best middle stages for a starter Pokemon, so definitely good in my books. Roserade, fine. Neither strong or I don't feel strongly for it in either direction. It's just fine. Appleton, well, I already like Hydrapple, and unfortunately Appleton is my least favorite of the forms, but
wow,
no.
Fine.
Wow.
Meganium,
how?
Yeah, it just is. I prefer Flapple to it.
Wow.
I actually don't like Flapple as much as
Wow.
Hydrapple, and
That's the highest take I've heard.
Jeez.
Appleton is the highest on my list.
To be fair, of those forms, like yeah, Appleton's probably 5th. Whatever is the precursor to Hydrapple is 4th, then Flapple, then Applin, and Hydrapple.
Diplin's the one you're forgetting.
Yeah, Diplin. Yeah, again, like Diplin just Applin more, but like fine, don't care for it.
Diplin is Applin, but more. That's better than Flapple.
No, I'm sorry. It's good for, but and honestly, I just don't feel strongly for Lavani either. But Meganium, definitely one of my. I definitely like that starter line. I just wish it got better luck as far
Everyone
as
just feels bad for
opposition.
Meganium.
Yeah, Johto really hurts it so much, but I still love it. It's still my favorite Johto starter.
Legend ZA form, maybe?
Hopefully,
Huh?
maybe.
No?
Everyone's
Okay.
been begging for it.
Please.
Yeah.
Give Meganium something.
Right? Give it a Mega. We'll all love it.
Mega Meganium.
And now
Mega Megananium.
And now it comes to this decision, and I'm honestly very torn. Like, the Decidueyes cancel each other out. Like, they're both good in their own rights. I'm not the biggest fan of Alolan Executor, and the duels still deduct points from my books, but at the same time, yeah, I'm probably gonna get hit a lot of Aetherfist, but I don't really care much for Ludicolo, and especially not Nuzlocke. So it really just comes down to what do I actually like the most, and honestly, I gotta give Peter the gold medal despite the double typing. Despite of all the doubles he could have gone for, it was the one I expected, but I cannot, like, disrespect for.
Borb.
Like, this is probably the one time you will ever see me actually giving the gold medal to the person who actually gave the doubles, but...
Hypocrite!
I can't...
Hypocrite!
Hypocrite!
It is the one time I will probably ever see it, but you know what? I don't care. It's Decidueye and Rowlet. You cannot argue against that. I'm sorry.
I see how it is.
Well, we will be calling you out if you ever do this again.
Like, this might be the one exception to that rule I will ever break. Like, this is probably the one time. And honestly, I just love Trevenant still, to this day. And it's just like, it's like the Grovyle, the Trevenant, the Applin as well. Like, they just rank higher for me than Bulbasaur, Leafeon, and Ferrothorn.
Let's go.
Well, Deadlock, I hope somebody does for you what you just did for me.
Roll your K? Fix it.
I have no idea what's going on over there in that corner.
Fix it.
Again, I have no idea what's going on in that corner.
Well, we're going to
roll the game.
Well, we're going to Chris's corner. It's his turn.
Indeed. I needed that pain to get where I am now. And looking at these...
I am ready.
Well, that's good, but you get to wait a minute.
Oh, okay. I just assume I'm gonna be last in all these lists, so...
What are you talking about? You got pretty much first place on Docs.
When you don't pick mean picks,
I haven't for the last like 4 lists. I've picked my favorites.
Maybe the guy's
And
some
therein
interesting taste,
lies
but
the
tastes like
issue,
it.
because there's really not a bad look on any of these. Like, I could potentially fault Peter for the doubling up with Rowlet and Decidueye, but I really don't want to because I like both of those.
Hypocrite.
He's not the, why is he the hypocrite?
Because he's done it too.
Because he does the same thing.
I've
both have
descended
done it
this
to me
into
multiple
anarchy with
times.
my owls. Let's go.
I mean, I could give you the 4th place slot, Sam, if you really, really want it.
I don't care. Give it to me if you want. It's your choice.
No, I saw that picture of Levani. I gotta support single moms.
Let's go.
Yeah, then I gotta go with Deadlock at the bottom.
Bad.
Pat.
Yeah, nothing personal. Again, I like all of your picks, but I do unfortunately agree with Zach that Delmise just being the seaweed is a little underwhelming. But you also had, that's really the only thing. I mean, Kartana's a bit of a... I don't know, I almost feel like seeing something like that here is almost like seeing it in an actual Pokemon battle, and it's like, okay, fine. But everything else, Victory Bell, I always love to root for the underdog. I actually love the Bellsprout line. Superior, again, you're playing into my love of snakes, which I love. Credilli, extremely useful, especially given recent Nuzlocke events, and Turtwig is just an adorable boy all around.
I really should have picked the Bananasaur for the last one.
Yeah.
Next up on the block, Sam, you get to take bronze.
Okay.
It's not last.
It's not last, but it's still near the bottom.
Yeah, I appreciate all of your choices. I do, if we're going by Applin evolutions, I am personally a bigger fan of Flapple than I am Appleton, but that is a narrow margin if ever there was one. Sawsbuck, I appreciate, though your insistence on winter type does take a little bit away from me.
Potato.
But everything else is good. I enjoy Florigato, I love Roserade. Meganium is just huggable and adorable, and I love it, and I've had some promising experience in the past with Levani in battle. In battle, people.
That's what he...
Don't worry, I share your
Kind of
same
battle.
experience.
That's what he
in
says.
battle. In battle.
Not that kind of battle. Get your heads out of the gutters, people.
Well, what I also say is Doc gets silver.
He can't keep getting away with this.
So definitely some good choices. None that I would say I overly dislike, though I am unfamiliar with Ogerpon. It's not that I don't like Ogerpon, I am just unfamiliar with it.
I knew that was a
But
bit of a
everything
risky pick with this particular group, but my
Yeah,
heart
everything
stood
else
strong.
you got here, though, like Torterra, like you said, quintessential grass type. I love the fact that it's basically a moving biome unto itself. Hisuian Lilligant, you're appealing to my Hisuian variant that is also a fighting type, which I really appreciate. Hydrapple is basically Pokemon King Ghidorah, which alone is reason enough for me to like it. Hisuian Electrode, I appreciate the grass electric typing, which, like you said, we've never had before, and lends itself very well here. And Celebi's just fucking adorable. Which puts Peter the Burb up top. Yeah, so you've got Decidueye, which, again, is probably my personal favorite grass starter. Just, again, archery is my thing, and Decidueye is basically Robin Hood, which I love. Alolan Exeggutor, again, I like regular Exeggutor, I like Alolan Exeggutor. This was on my list. If you didn't take it, I probably would have, so you get points there. Applin is just adorable. Honestly, looking at the pictures of it outside the apple, it's kind of like looking at a hermit crab with its shell off, but that aside... Rowlet, just absolutely fucking adorable. Just deserving of all the hype that the internet decides to give it. Grovyle, got to admit and agree, that is one of the few cases where the second form is significantly cooler than the final. And I absolutely love Trevenant. I like the look of it. I like using it in battles. It's just a badass Pokemon all around. And when I think of a ghost Pokemon in the forest, it's just the quintessential image, and I approve of that very strongly.
Very nice.
I think we all know who won.
I
He can't
appreciate the
keep
praise.
getting away from it. Everything that's not apparently about movies, he wins.
What are you talking about? He knows he has the best taste.
Hey, you
I'm
want your
clearly
damn
the most
$30
confident.
back? I want my kidney back.
But it all can change when I reveal my votes. So let's get my votes. Doc, I'm sorry. It's really close between my bottom two and my top two, like with the one below them, or above them in this case, but Doc, you're at my bottom.
God, dude, why do you have such shit taste, Peter?
Okay, hold on. Let me explain. So, Torterra was one of mine, which was your best at the list. So, you immediately had, like, really good favour there. Again, I'm fine with Ogerpon, but I don't particularly care for it. I have no attachment to it, so it just kind of exists. Lilligant, again, I prefer the original compared to the Hisui, and yeah, it's just doing nothing for me. Hydrapple's cool, but it's not... It's like my third bronze medal of the evolutionary line, so...
Good taste.
It's good still, but it's not earning you gold points, if you will. Hisui Electrode's neat, I guess, but again, I prefer Voltorb actually of the two of them. If you had picked Voltorb, you might have actually gone a little bit higher, but, you know. Celebi's nice. I've always liked Celebi, but nothing in yours except for Torterra has really gotten you the gold. So, unfortunately, you are at the bottom. I'm sorry.
Garbage. Garbage. Peter's
Alright,
also not
moving up.
returning.
Damn. Alright, well, I win too much anyway, apparently, so... Sam, hi there. So...
Hello!
Again, you were really close to Doc. I could have honestly have switched either of you, but you have a good reason to be above. I like the cat. Florgato's cute. I'm more of a Sprigatito person, but, like, the evolution's fine. Roserade's neat. It's alright. Sawsbuck's alright. Appleton. That is the one that sold me for your list, mainly. I really like Appleton. If I didn't pick Applin, I was going to pick Appleton, so that got you 2 ticks on mine. Your appreciation of Meganium, very appreciated. I will pet that entire evolution line. And Leavanny's alright too. So yeah.
Just alright?
Yeah, it's just alright. There was nothing that like gave me real issue, unlike Ogerpon where I'm just like, eh. So that's kind of what won you out to the bronze. Now, as I said, I really struggled with the top 2.
I think I already
could
know
have
how this
probably
goes anyways.
I could have picked either of them, but Dead, I'm afraid you're taking home my silver today.
Yeah, I expected that.
So to justify it, Turtwig, obviously adorable. I do like Cradily, but it's been a very long time since I've used it, so I'm losing that like recency bias. Superior, as I said, I don't like Snivy, so I tried to hide my bias and appreciate Superior in isolation. Again, I joined you in the defense of Delmise. I like Delmise a lot. I like Victory Bell a lot, but the one that really lost me was Cortana. I do not care for Cortana.
Yeah, I really should.
I'm the UB defender, but I do not care for Cortana.
I really should have picked the Bananasaur.
Oh, I don't care about Tropius either. Wouldn't have won you points either way. So, yeah. And that leaves, surprisingly, Chris at the top of my list.
There, now you don't have
just
to
make friends. You just make friends everywhere you go, don't you?
Yeah, stop the abuse now. Hisuian Decidueye instantly won me a lot of points. I really like him, even though I do prefer Alolan, but I still really appreciate Hisuian. Bulbasaur, good boy. Just peak good boy right there. Leafeon, again, I had some praise for that I singled out when you were talking about him, but he's a good friend. Ferrothorn I respect as like a battler, so you got me on there. Ludicolo's a good dancy lad, but Nuzleaf is, yeah, I get your reasoning, but it's just the weakest one of your lot. So
I'm supposed to do this, damn it.
Yeah, so that's it.
Alright, well, I have calculated the numbers, and here's how we're looking.
Good, I can finally stop quoting Lost.
In tied for last place at 4 points. Belloc, how you doing? We kind of went underappreciated, you and I, both at 4 points here. Yeah, no, we didn't do too well. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Okay, hold on. I see what I did.
I tried to lift him.
No. I did. I wrote Doc and I wrote me. I was like, then I had 4 and 5 points. I was confused. I'm like, oh wait, hold on. I know what I did here. At 5
Is the other
points.
you? Is the other you in the room with you right now?
Yes. He's sleeping. But at 5 points, not me, is actually Chris. So, third place for you, Chris. Not a bad
I vote for the
performance.
underdogs.
I'll take it. Nice little middle of the road.
Yeah. In second place with 6 points, Sam. This is the best you've done in a while, I feel like.
I won one once.
I know, but this is the best you've done in a while, I feel like.
It has been. Usually I get the bottom. Now I get second.
And unfortunately, we can't keep letting him get away with this. Peter gets first. Again, in another
strung
Pokemon
together.
video. If y'all didn't have shit taste, I would have won this one.
Hey, I don't know. I mean, at those old Shinto shrines, they leave the center of the staircase vacant because that's where the gods go.
And I'm your god now.
Yeah, Peter. The only thing that held you back from perfect score was me. So
Sorry about it.
Not a sweep, but you did win.
The
Kind of funny,
Trevenants are
given
coming.
Delmise was the anchor.
It was damn near a sweep.
It was close. Like I said, for me, it was just the Executor and the Trevenant holding him back for me. If Chris didn't scar me with those, Peter, Chris held you back from getting a pure sweep here.
No complaining, I still won.
But not a sweep, not a true king. Anyway, but yes, that's the end here. Thank you for everybody for watching and for sticking with us through this whole thing. Who knows what we'll do next? You gotta subscribe to find out. Because at this present moment, we have no idea.
I'm just enjoying the smell of fresh cut grass right now.
Aw,
With my
rest in peace,
Rotom-Mow.
fresh grass.
That's Pokemon blood.
I will
Anyway,
my
we'll see
way
you guys
to
next time
victory.
with the next draft video, with whatever it will be then. So see you later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.